So this one is called Stay, Stay, a short film inspired by The Last of Us. This was released 2 years ago. It's got close to 1 million views here now. It's got almost 800,000 views. So,
wow,
yeah, that's some pretty good thing there. I've not heard anybody talk about any Last of Us fan films. So,
yeah, I didn't even know there were any out there. So,
but there's actually a couple. There's a few. Do you think this is like after? Hold on, I'm trying to guess where this takes place. Maybe this is before the Last of Us 2 game came out, or 2 years ago. Did that come out 2 years ago?
yeah, I think that's when it came out, because I remember the issue when that game came out and everyone was ripping on it and they were getting a bunch of copyright stuff, or I think it was 2 years ago. I don't think it was for longer than that.
Yeah, so they might have tried to release this around when that came out or something. I'm thinking. You can hear the clicking slowly.
Mm-hmm.
She's playing music, so that's gonna get some attention.
Probably not the best idea if you got clickers.
Unless the guitar is like a disguised gun or something, It's my guitar gun. I'm gonna play back slightly.
There's a calm before the storm.
Wow. What's that? Somehow I know when you fall in, it's gonna be my fault. Shut up. Okay.
And then this bad boy between the eyes.
Wow.
Whatever.
Maybe you were close. At least they're using the mask.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I kind of like the almost dour feel with the song. She's like remembering stuff. I'm assuming this is after he gets clubbed.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remembering
him. Maybe.
Arms away. Oh God, it's gonna hit the duck. Come on, we have to go.
All right.
So the Ferris wheel is a must. Come on.
This so far feels like a trailer for, don't you wish that there was an apocalypse so that you can have fun and do things that you want to do? No more work and stuff. You get
Club
up for
apocalypse.
Your food.
Yeah.
It's just
a full experience.
Welcome home.
Yeah. So these are clearly not Ellie and Joel.
I think they're supposed to be. They said inspired by The Last of Us. I mean, they're trying to get as good as they can. If you think about fan film production, I mean, it could be hard to get.
Yeah. Or it's a couple, like within the Last of Us world or Last of Us world, where this is a couple.
Yeah, could be a couple. True. Yeah. That could also be it. I can't tell. He looks like he could be the dad, or that could be dating. I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, it's
one of those ages. I can't tell. I
hit or miss right now.
Yeah.
The other door.
I gotta admit, whatever setting you're in, having zombies that can like run, dude, that's like okay. Like I think of like Dead Rising. Most of the zombies are just like,
yeah,
get you and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, you can pretty much go around that world pretty good, I guess. Just don't get caught in a horde of them.
Like
you'll be all right.
Days later, where they're running.
It's like once they can bolt at you, it's like, oh, dude, man, man, that's a little tough now because even if you shoot at them, it might not be enough. It's gonna be harder to hit them. They're moving.
Oh yeah.
It can't stop.
I love that they're utilizing the masks.
See, I kind of wish that I like how in the show they don't have that be the main thing. They tried to make the was it the roots a thing, but they only kind of did that like once.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like utilized again. And I think it would have been interesting if they used a mixture of it, where like the spores and the gas or whatever stuff wasn't a constant in the show because they don't want to have them covered the whole time. But maybe like if they're in a certain area and there is a lot more spore activity or something that like, well, maybe it's at least deadly. Maybe it won't turn you, but you know, it could still kill you. So you gotta have your backup mask just in case you're in an area like if you're in a confined area like that or something, in a building that had a bunch of roots or something, like, you know, or dead
you fall
bodies,
into a certain pit. Yeah,
something you got to have this, otherwise you could just die from breathing it in, and then just boop, dead. So
yeah, it definitely would have brought another area of tension to the show if they did that. Whereas, like you said, the roots was a good concept, but I don't think they utilized it enough to really matter or, you know, affect the viewer. So
yeah, pretty much. And I think that'd be a good combo with the gas. You know, there could be more roots in areas like that. It's harder to see the floor, and it's, you know, more gassy. So whatever step you could just, you know, and that'd be kind of cool.
Have you ever seen the rain?
Yeah, it does almost come off like a love story, but I can also see this being a father one. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah,
so far. They haven't like made out, so
yeah,
you know,
because this is clearly before, maybe, I don't know. I can't even assume that.
I'm assuming this is in apocalypse time, like with all this so far.
Oh.
Ruh-roh.
The practical effects aren't bad.
I'm trying to pause on there.
Yeah, the practical effects for a fan film, like that's pretty good.
Ugh.
I was really impressed with how HBO did it, but yeah, for a low budget film, that's pretty solid, and the sound's pretty effectual too.
Yeah, dude, who would have thought clicking sounds would be
right?
Like, scary, you know? Yeah. That is one thing the show botched on. There wasn't enough like just simple, dark, little suspenseful scenes of like you've got to walk. Like when they're gonna go in the sublevels and the with Henry and Sam or whatever. Like you know, if they're like, we haven't checked the area in a while. You know, we don't know if there's any down there. Like even if there was like say like 7, they all have to just walk past.
Yeah,
and like there's no fight scene, but like they have to walk past. You know, one of them is deaf.
Yeah,
so he doesn't even know what sounds he's making. So do they decide to carry him, or like, well, what are they doing here? Like, dang,
I would recommend.
That would have been kind of cool to see.
Since you haven't played the game, I recommend you checking out at least the cutscenes. I think there's someone online that's mixed them all together because that was one scene in the game that was really cool. It was like when they were in the sub levels, man, they were fighting them left and right. But like you said, I think it would have been even a bigger tension draw if it was them sneaking around these clickers trying to hide and evade them, and then you have a deaf child with them, kind of like a Quiet Place, like we mentioned.
Yeah, it's a common thing now. Yeah, but yeah, that would be kind of cool, especially since they have no other choice because above ground, everybody else is looking for them. Like they got to go through this dangerous thing, and if they really aren't prepared to fight them. If they get fought, they're probably screwed because what he and is Sam or Henry the older one?
I think Henry was the older one.
Yeah, it's like Joel and Henry, like what they got pistols.
Yes. Yeah, it's like it's
and Ellie and Sam might have guns, but how good is that when fighting clickers? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd ever aim. I don't know if I'd ever aim for the side.
That was an odd choice to baseball swing in the chest. Like I would absolutely be aiming for the head. I don't know.
Ever aim for lower than the head on a zombie. Ever. Because even chest shots don't seem to do anything.
Yeah, that was
a little odd. But I guess if you're stressed, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you just think it's gonna block it. I don't know.
Yeah.
At best, it could maybe slow them down a little, maybe. But I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, use the leg.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Emily. He said. I think he said Emily.
Yeah.
He either said "Come on, Ellie," or he said Emily. I think
he said Emily.
Okay. The gun sounds very odd to me, a little fake or something. Kind of, or I don't know, the way she's not reacting to it at all. It's just like, pew,
Yeah, the sound is definitely lacking in the pistol, and then no recoil. I mean, it depends on. Yeah, it could be a smaller caliber, but yeah, it's the sounding is a little off.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Think she's been bit
Yep.
or scratched.
It's just like on top of that, the climb and them trying to get in. Man, that's some good tension.
Yeah.
That. Good.
Nice background music too. Like,
yeah, very good mood settings.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Oh no. Ooh.
Damn.
Man, this is deep.
I wish we got that in the show with Ellie and the girlfriend or something.
Yes.
Like, I felt like showing all of that and then not the payoff of that was a misstep for an emotional reaction for us.
Yeah.
But this right here, short time, this was good with that. Well, you had to.
And then he's just kind of giving up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oof.
That's the end result.
Oof.
That's crazy, man.
Shoot.
So who is this? Is that Ellie?
I want to assume so, but I don't know.
And then the music. Huh. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was, Ellie, Sean, Emily. So maybe Sean and Emily were side characters in this, maybe part 2 or something that I wasn't aware of. Because they're not.
I'm assuming they just made it up. I'm just assuming they could be characters, but I'm just assuming they made it up for this to have in the universe. It's like just another characters essentially with that. That was nice, and that was less than 8. That was just over 7 minutes long.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
And a lot of this is credits right here, so
that was pretty good.
That was really good for short.
Yeah, it had you emotionally invested, like within 7 minutes. And how much dialogue between those two characters? Not much. Not just
much
enough.
Really?
No,
yeah,
just images.
Mostly just having her sing, over the flashback essentially of other characters. That was good. I haven't seen that approach in a short film so far. Not really. It's like that's kind of just like a nice, especially with the whole mood being kind of dour, but it doesn't feel like it's edgy dour.
Mm-hmm.
That's typically what I might get is them trying to be like,
too far. Yeah.
Just like, oof, this is like, nice, subtle, calm. You could tell, we're happy times, happy. Ooh.
Yeah, we're getting by. We're having some close calls, but we're still having, we're still making the best of life in the apocalypse. And then, then the bad happens. But like you said,
small step.
Pretty quick, an emotional payoff, I guess, right? And there's a conclusion there, and they built a lot of. I mean, I don't know. Within a short time period, I like the two characters.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if the implication was that the guy who was obviously Clicker at the end had enough. Because he didn't try to attack the girl.
Oh, yeah, because that. Yeah.
yeah, like, you know, potentially, because I was wondering that, like when they were running outside and chasing them into the house, a lot of the sounds sounded like them screaming like in agony of being a zombie or something. Like I was like, was somebody else being? Nobody else is being attacked. They're just that's just the way they sound. That's
Screaming, yeah,
like, you know, as they're
like a
like
constant pain
zombies.
of
Like
being a
that's
zombie. I don't
something
know.
like that. That was kind of that's what I was interpreting anyway from that.
Yeah,
Which I wish that kind of concept was more tackled in media or something, like, you know, following people as they turn into zombies, and you know how long after and what are they like with
have you
that. And
seen Return of the Living Dead is a good one. They kind of it's an 80s movie, 85. It's kind of it's definitely horror, but it's got some comedic elements to it. And they kind of
oh.
touch on the fact that, like, because there's, I don't want to spoil anything,
So
but
is this the one where there's like
a canister breaks open.
oh, maybe it's not the same one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of one where, like, I don't know, the zombies were like sort of smart, but discovering they were on accident, and like it was reaching for somebody, and it accidentally like grabbed a gun, and then it like accidentally pulled the trigger. Then it like looked at it, and then it's like, you know, like
Oh, that's
shot down a door or something, and
that's
then they
like
like
a later George A. Romero's zombie movie.
yeah, they like want to cross a river, and so he like shoves a zombie in and sees if it lives or something, and then he's like, "All right, let's all go down."
This one's
So-
definitely not that. But
okay.
there's one scene in the movie where they have like a zombie, and he's kind of like or it's half of a very decayed corpse of a woman, and he's asking, like, why do you want to eat brains? It's like, his brain makes the pain go away. They're basically in constant pain, so if they eat brains, then it makes it fulfills them for a little bit, but then the pain immediately comes back, so they're always craving a human brain. It's very good, and that's one of my favorite zombie movies of all time. But there's definitely some comedic elements to it, and it's one of my definitely a must see if you have not seen it.
Yeah, it does sound good. Sounds good. Yeah, with this, yeah, there's just not much to say on it other than what we've already said pretty much. Nice, quick, short.
Yeah, and like I
Decent.
said, I gotta applaud the practical effects. They look pretty good for what they were given. Because I think that's the biggest thing is when it comes to the clickers. I think the HBO series did a fantastic job with that looked like, because it was spot on from the game, and this pretty good. Like I said, I mean, it's not exact, but you know what it is, especially with the sound in there too, the movements, everything. Like, it was believable. There was definitely tension for 7 minutes. You can't ask for more. So.
Yeah, that was nice. Good job, guys. Yeah, good job. Hope that gets even more views as the show continues and stuff. You know, hopefully it gets more boosts. That was good. But yeah, so that's pretty much all we got to say on that one.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's quick, cut, and dry.
Yep. Well, we'll see you guys on the next one.
All right.